I do believe I got it recording correctly today. Oh my God, I was so dumb yesterday. Powering it on and then it powering itself off because nothing was happening. And for some reason, it was me thinking, oh, I'm recording. Why is it stopping? Did I change the settings so it only does 3 minutes? Nope, I was dumb. To be fair, the day before I had no sleep. And then yesterday, nothing seemed to cooperate with me. Eventually it got better. But I promised you a story. It was April 1990. I was 19 years old. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I was going to college at Diablo Valley College in, I believe it's in Pleasant Hill. Walnut Creek, Concord, Martinez? One of those many cities in that area. And I just had taken drama and fashion design and a few other things and just wasn't feeling high school again. That's what it felt like. It felt more like high school than it did college, whatever college meant. And this arcade I used to go to was literally right across a little walkway from the recruiting center. I don't know why, since I was the last person you'd ever guess would join the military when I was in high school, and probably even now. I went in there, I talked to them, they convinced me to come back, I took the test. I did apparently so well on the entrance exam that they said, hey, you want to come back and take this other test to see if you qualify for the nuclear program? I was like, sure. I'm one of those weirdos that did not mind taking tests in high school or even in college. I hated homework. So tests were like, oh, I don't have to do homework if I can pass the test, right? Some classes were like that eventually when I went back. So the day I was going in to take this test, at the time I was really into Body Glove, the clothing / surfing company. And so I had a Body Glove sticker on my 1989 gray Nissan hardbody pickup truck with the cloth seats and the sliding back window and I think it had a CD player in there at the time. At least had a cassette player. I don't remember. That was 35 years ago. Holy Toledo. And so 35 years ago, if I get anything wrong, you know why. Whoa, Cameron, don't walk me off the sidewalk. Come here. Wow, you got to see that. Oh, I don't know if that was me or him. Okay, Cameron, hop up. So, as I was saying, but I'm the only one that knows the story, so I guess you can't tell if I got it wrong. So, you either trust me or you don't trust me. Trust my 35-year-old memories or not. But so, holy Toledo. I couldn't think. Okay, Cameron, hop up. I don't know how loud that was for you, but holy Toledo, that was loud. But I was, so, Body Glove. I was into Body Glove, and so I had a lot of their shirts. And one of the shirts I had was this yellow and orange and red shirt with a skeleton with green outlining around it, and it totally looked like a nuclear wasteland, hot and melty. And on the top above the skeleton said no, and then down along the side of the skeleton it said nukes. Of course, I wore that shirt to take the nuke test for the United States Navy. I hadn't thought about it. It wasn't until afterwards that I realized what I'd done, and no one made a comment on it, so I don't know what that was about. The funny thing is they also then offered me the position, which would have been a $25,000 signing bonus in 1990 for a 19-year-old kid. That would have been a lot of money. I would have been able to pay off my truck and probably wasted it all since I have no recollection of where any of my money went in the 90s, even though for a few years I was in the Navy, and for a few years my rent was only $100. You know, that very, very affordable $100 from my friend in their parents' basement. So it did allow me to do a lot of fun things though, but didn't save any money. Anyway, so I take the test, and apparently I pass it, which I guess is good. I don't remember, but I think it was a lot of calculus. I don't know, maybe it was nuclear math. Whatever nuclear math is. I just took the test and got high enough on it to be offered the program. The reason why I did not take it was because, one, it was a 2 years extension, so instead of 4 it would have been 6 years, because it would have been 2 years of training in Florida. And there was the 2 years and the fact that I don't like humidity, and so didn't want to necessarily be in Florida for 2 years. And so they offered me only three options. And I didn't know anything about, I didn't know any better. I didn't know anybody that had been in the military. I do know two. I don't remember what the third option is. There's the one I took and the one I first requested, which was radioman, because that sounded cool and I like technology and was good with computers and all of that. So they said no to me being a radioman. Why? Because I had jaywalking tickets, 2 of them. Those are 2 different stories that I'll have to tell you at a different time. So I could not be a radio man because I jaywalked. Such the ardent criminal I was. To be fair, I didn't quibble because I probably had done a lot of other things that I'd just never been caught for. And so they're not crimes, right? If you don't get caught for them and they don't directly harm someone, maybe just a company. Not that I ever shoplifted or anything, because that's illegal, and I would never do that or suggest anybody do that or find it right at all. So the one that I did take is the one that they, the other one they offered is the one I took. I could English, and that was being a Korman, which meant I was going to be a non-combatant in the military. My obligations were to save people, not to harm people, which meant I could not fire upon other people unless I was directly protecting my patients or there was no other sailors or soldiers or Marines around to do so. My sidearm would have been a pistol. A pistol in war where everybody else has machine guns and grenades and mortars and all that fun stuff. Yeah, gotta be helpful. But that ended up being probably the best for me because in a lot of ways, the hospital corps in the Navy is the third branch. So there's the Navy, Marines, and then the hospital corps. And so I was kind of isolated out from the military aspects of it. Even though I was in the military, we were more focused on the medical aspects because we couldn't logistically be involved in the military stuff other than support. And as it turned out, I'm a support character in role-playing games and video games. Well, that's the story of me joining the Navy. If you want more on me, you can get my newsletter. The link will be below because I got tired of fumbling with it. And thanks to my commenter who pointed out that the captioning was getting it all wrong. Unless you want me to start putting it back in the captions, I'll just put it in the link below. Thanks. Love and peace.